Hey guys, so today I have swatches of the KB Shimmer Fall 2015 collection. This is only 4 of them. There are 12 polishes in this collection and they are releasing on September 15th. So I will link KB Shimmer down below where you guys can check these out and then we'll get into the swatches. So the first polish is called Breaking Blues and this is a purpley blue cream. I know people are going to ask if this is close to Pacific Blue, so here is the original Sally Hansen Pacific Blue and you can see that it is not even close. So here's one coat. This one covers really well in the first coat, just one little streak there on my pointer finger. This does have that very strong kind of skunky smell, but the formula is fantastic. So there's one coat. So here's 2 coats. This one covers completely in 2. It was very opaque on 1 though. Again, amazing formula, like buttery smooth. So there is 2 coats of Breaking Blues. The next polish is called Carpe Denim, and this is a deep blue jelly base with a ton of silver holographic glitter and a few different sizes. There's nothing too chunky in here. It's all relatively small. So here's one coat. This one is a jelly base, so it's a bit sheer on the first coat, but it still does cover well, and the glitter distributes really, really nicely. Formula is good. It's easy to apply. I feel like it wants to run a little bit if you put it on too thick. So there is one coat. So here's 2 coats. This one covers completely in 2. It actually deepened up really, really nicely on the second coat. The formula on this one, again, is really good. It might remove a little bit difficult though because there is a micro glitter in it and my motor skills are at absolutely 0 today. So there is 2 coats of Carpe Denim. The next polish is Teal It to My Heart, and this is a teal cream. So here's one coat, and this is 100% a one coater. This has a really good formula. It's a little bit on the thick side, but it's not as thick as I would expect it to be considering it's a one coater. So there is one coat of Teal It to My Heart. So the next polish is I've Seen Sweater Days, and this is kind of a robin's egg blue cream base with a bunch of holographic and metallic glitters in there. I see silver, some teal, some kind of navy, and then there's some like lime green in there as well. So here's one coat. This one is a bit sheer on the first coat. These polishes kind of have to be sheer or else you would cover up all the glitter. It is a bit thin though. It does kind of want to run down the side of my nail. So there is one coat. So here's 2 coats. So this one covers completely in 2. I feel like if I look very, very closely, I can still see my nail line, but as long as I get some of that glitter on the end of my nail, it will cover that up. The glitter comes out of this polish very, very nicely. The base does dry down a little bit smaller than the glitter though, so you will want a top coat to smooth it out. So there is 2 coats of I've Seen Sweater Days. The next polish is called Be Scareful, and this is a white curly base with orange and black glitters in there. I see stars, circles, hexes of like all different sizes. I do see a mix of matte and metallic, triangles. It's Halloween polish. So here's one coat. So this one's a bit sheer on the first coat. Again, these kind of polishes really have to be sheer or else you'll lose that glitter. Just trying to get the base thinned out a little bit on my nail, but still get those glitters where I want them. Formula is good, easy enough to apply, a little bit thick, but the glitter comes out easily, just takes a little bit of manipulation. I haven't had the bottle sitting upside down or anything like that, and I don't have to fish for any of the glitters, although I still haven't gotten one of those large stars out. So there is one coat. So here's 2 coats. This one covers completely in 2, but it's definitely a polish that applies better if you dab it on for the most part rather than swiping it. Very easy to get that base thick too. This has a little bit of shredded and bar glitter that I missed as well. It also dries down where the base is smaller, so you need a top coat to smooth it out, but it's also a little bit matte, so you'll want the top coat to make it shiny as well. I really wish I had had this in high school because my school colors were orange and black. So there is 2 coats of Be Scareful. The next polish is Forget About It, and this is a Ready Purple holographic. So here's one coat. This one covers pretty evenly. It's just a little bit lighter than I think it should be, so it's going to need a second coat. I can still see my nail line a little bit too. I don't have sunlight right now, but this is much more holographic in the sun than it's going to show under these lights. So there's one coat. So here's 2 coats. So this one covers completely in 2, and the color deepens quite a bit. As with most holographic polishes, the holographic effect really stands out more after this one is dry. So there is 2 coats of Forget About It. The next polish is Talk QWERTY to Me, and this is a kind of tealy blue glass fleck polish. So here's one coat. This one is pretty sheer on the first coat. I'm hoping it builds up well. Formula is very good though, smooth, easy to apply. It doesn't want to run, it really just stays where I put it. So there is one coat. I can still see through this one a tiny bit. Glass fleck polishes tend to need about 3 coats because the particles are so far apart. Formula is good though. So there is 2 coats. So here's 3 coats. And this one covers completely in 3. It did have a slightly tinted jelly base to it. Again, good formula. It dries pretty shiny as well. It's not gritty at all, and it shouldn't be too hard to remove. So there is 3 coats of Talk QWERTY to Me. The next polish is called Such a Vlad Ass, and this is a medium berry cream. So here's one coat. This one covers very evenly on the first coat, but I feel like it's not quite dark enough, so I'm going to do a second. This has another fantastic formula, super smooth, super easy to apply, stays right where you put it. I really like the formulas on these. So there is one coat. So here's 2 coats. So 2 coats covers completely, and it deepens the color to match what's in the bottle. So even though this was completely opaque, or nearly opaque on the first coat, it wasn't quite dark enough. So there is 2 coats of Such a Vlad Ass. The next polish is called I Feel Gorgeous, and this is kind of in between a champagne and a gold micro glitter, but it is a super fine micro glitter. So here's one coat. This one is a bit sheer on the first coat, so I think it is going to take a couple to build up. Formula is good though, it applies super smooth. Not quite sure how it removes yet though, I haven't worn this before. So there is one coat. So here's 2 coats. This one doesn't quite cover completely on 2 coats, but it is very close. It does dry a little bit gritty though, so I'm assuming it might be a little bit difficult to remove as well. So there is 2 coats. So here's 3 coats. And this one covers completely in 3. It does dry a little bit gritty, so you will want a top coat to smooth everything out and make it shiny. So there is 3 coats of I Feel Gorgeous. The next polish is called Soul Deep, and this is a dark navy blue cream. So here's one coat. This is another one that's completely opaque in one coat. Amazing formula on this one. It might be dark enough to be confused for black indoors though, but I don't know. I feel like it's right on the edge. So there is one coat of Soul Deep. The next polish is called Dark and Twisty, and this is a black jelly base with a bunch of rainbow holographic and metallic micro glitters in there. There's a few different sizes. I have a follower on Instagram and might have the same screen name on YouTube too. They all kind of blend together after a while, whose name is Dark and Twisty Nails or Dark Twisty Nails, and I thought of her as soon as I saw the name of this polish. So here's one coat. This one is a bit sheer on the jelly base on the first coat, and again it has to be or else you would never see any of that glitter. It applies very evenly though, and since the glitter is so small, it's not hard to get out on the brush, and it really doesn't take too much manipulation to even it out on the nail either. So there is one coat. So here is 2 coats. This one covers completely in 2. The base does dry down a little bit smaller than the glitter, but not as much as other kind of jelly, crelly glitter mixes do. You'll still want a top coat though. So there is 2 coats of Dark and Twisty. And the last polish is called Open Toed Shoes, and this is a sage green curly base. Is it a sage green? It might have a little bit too much yellow in it to be considered a sage green. I'm really bad with specifying colors beyond their primary names. This has gold, purple, like an eggplant kind of purple, and navy blue hex glitters in it, and then there's a really fine dusting of what looks like silver holographic micro glitter. So here's one coat. This one again is a bit sheer on the first coat, but it has to be or else you'd lose that glitter. I don't have to fish or swirl for any of the glitter. I'm getting a ton on my brush, and I just have to do a little bit of dabbing to get it to stick. So there is one coat. So here's 2 coats. This one actually builds up really nicely and covers completely in 2 coats. There is a ton of glitter in here, and I know that helps a lot with the opacity. So there is 2 coats of open-toed shoes. So my favorite for this collection, by far, is open-toed shoes. I really like this shade of green. I really like the glitter that's mixed into it. It was opaque in 2 coats. It's just a really unique polish, and I like this. I like everything about this. I'm kind of surprised by as much as I like this, but just everything about it, all the color combinations, just perfect. So that is the KB Shimmer Fall 2015 collection. Again, these are releasing on September 15th, so I will link KB Shimmer down below where you guys can check these out. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you later. Bye.